morning, everybody. Tony Porter, Cards and Dice TV, 1980, Oakland and Baltimore. It's Scott McGregor versus Rick Langford, and the score is 2-2. We're in the top of the fifth inning. It's Mario Guerrero. It's the bottom of the order for the Athletics. Guerrero, Piccolo, and then Dave McKay. Both McGregor and Rick Langford have their A stuff today. And both runs have come due to home runs. A home run by Len Cicada, his only one of the season. He only hit one in 1980. And, of course, a home run by Jeff Newman. And that was Jeff's, that was Jeff's fourth home run of the season. This game was played Thursday, June 19th. So I'm almost halfway through the season, and I'll be reading some stats to you. For example, Guerrero batted .239. He's at .234. He's got no home runs and one stolen base, and he is up at the plate. Let's roll. We're going to read the green and the gold. It's a 52, so that's a potential KD check. The 19 is too high. The KD check on McGregor would be 1-3. So the defensive check would become a strikeout. But in this case, we've got to do the defensive check. A 52 says it's a check on the second baseman. Now, anybody who's a regular is going to have anywhere from a 10 to a 0 on the error rating. So anything like beyond that is probably going to be, is most likely going to be a ball that they get to and that they play. So let's roll and we'll see where we're at. And the 16 will be a bouncer to, I said, second baseman Len Cicada, and he gets it over to first for out number one. And just to be sure, of course, because I don't really know Baltimore all that well, Len Cicada at second base has a 4 error rating, so this is way above that 4. All right, so here's Rob Piccolo. McGregor, the lefty, checks in for the sign, and he winds and deals, and that's going to be a 16. That's a strikeout. 2 down. And Dave McKay. 55 is a drive down the line into the left field corner. Corey plays it off the carom. Digging for 2 is McKay. The throw, the tag, and he is safe with a 2-out double. So McKay doubles into the corner off of McGregor here in the top of the fifth inning. It's a 2-2 ball game. And here comes Ricky Henderson. Now they have a 2x2 get one free, so I'm thinking about getting 71, 99, and that's a Ray Ordonez year, and I wanted to play with him at short. And I don't know, then I'm stuck for my third season. I don't know what that third season, the free season, would be. I was thinking of maybe 83, maybe 87, so I wanted to do something in the 70s, something in the 80s, and something in the 90s. I already have a couple in the, I have 2007, and then I have 2015 and 2019. So I wanted to get everything. I was thinking even going a little bit earlier into like 60s, but I may wait for the next sale for that. Who knows? We'll see what happens. I've got my hands full with all the replays that I have going so far. Ricky Henderson, just kind of buying it to support the company. I think it's a really fun game. A lot of work has been put into this game, especially if you look at the stuff like the quick outs chart. All right, so Ricky Henderson is up with a runner on second base. McKay takes his lead. Here's a pitch. It's a 15, and that will be a ground ball to third base, picked up by the Senseis, throws to first, and just gets Henderson, who flies down the line. So here's Mark Corey in the bottom of the fifth inning. It's all tied at 2. Rick Langford with the pitch to Corey, and that's a 65. That's a pitcher home run, and a 9 is a deep drive off the bat of Corey to left field. Back goes Henderson to the track, to the wall, and that's out of here. 3-2. Mark Corey, who hit 1 home run in 36 at-bats, connects here for his first of the year. So really, it's been really bad luck for Langford today, because he's got 1 to 10 there. Usually that's a minus on that point, but it is not today, and there will be no minus taken from that 10. We roll a 9. So basically an 11 and above would have prevented a home run, but here's a home run, and the Orioles have taken a 3-2 lead. Mark Corey, and I can guarantee you that's his first home run of the year. Let me double check, and it is his. Oh, wait a second. Mark Corey hit his second of the year. That's crazy. All right, 36 at bats. All right, so here comes Kiko Garcia. Oh, that's a foul ball, a souvenir for a lucky fan. That's a 42, and that will be a bouncer to third base. Picked up by McKay. McKay throws out Garcia for out number 1. Top of the order, Al Bumbry. Bumbry's batting .314. In actuality, well, that's. I'm not running the Orioles using the Fall Classic engine, so it doesn't really matter. But the replay engine says he's batting .314. In reality, he batted .318. All right, so here is Bumbry, and that's a 43. 43 is a blank, and a 43 will be a bouncer to second base, picked up by Piccolo, and Piccolo throws out Bumbry for out number 2. Here's Len Secada. Len Secada homered, his first home run of the year. Had only 1 home run in 83 at-bats. Happened to hit one against Langford. Langford has had some bad luck. That's a 61, and that will be strike 3. And Len Secada chases a slider to retire the side. We go to the top of the 6th. Dwayne Murphy coming up. He bats from the left side. Murphy batted .274, and his batting average by Fall Classic is .278 with 237 at-bats. So pretty close. Here's the pitch from McGregor. Lefty on lefty, that's a 24, and that's a 1-2 hit by pitch, but the 18 will be a flyout. It's the center, 1 down. Here's Mike Heath. Mike Heath is batting .270. In reality, Mike Heath batted .243, so he's a little bit ahead of his pace, and that's a 56. That should be a swing and a miss. Strike 3, and Heath heads back to the bench with the bat on his shoulder. And with 2 outs, here's Tony Armas. Armas tripled earlier in this game. That's a 52. That's going to be a KD check. KD for McGregor under the column A is 1 to 3, so the 10 is above that. So we're going to have to re-roll that. Let's see. Let's pull a card to check the error. It could be against the second baseman. And a 17 is going to be too high. Secada, I believe, was a 4. And Secada gets to that one and throws out Armas to retire the side. So far, Oakland has 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors. Baltimore has 3 runs, 5 hits, no errors. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Kenny Singleton leading off against Rick Langford. And that's going to be a KD check, too high. And that is going to be a 15, which will also be too high. It was a bouncer to third. And let's just double check McKay at third base. He doesn't play there very much. And McKay has a error rating of a 6, so that is much higher than a 6, so there'll be no error. It's a little bouncer that McKay charges, bare hands, it throws to first, and gets Singleton for out number 1. Here's Eddie Murray with a 42, and that will be a pop-up behind the plate, foul territory. He throws his mask away and makes the catch. I memorized all the outs. Pretty simple to do. There were a couple of them that lingered a little bit, gave me a little bit of trouble, but I've memorized all the outs. So this is a straight chartless game. You will not be looking at any charts with this game. It's a 52, so that's again a KD check, and it fails because it's too high. His KD number is 1 to 3, so we're going to pull a card. It's a check on third baseman McKay. McKay's, I believe, a 4, and that may be an error on McKay. A little bouncer. McKay at third base is a 6, so he does bobble it, and everybody's safe. Crowley's safe at first, so it's going to be an E5. So Crowley does reach on an error. And here's Graham. Dan Graham Cracker. Bats from the left side. Oh, There's a pitch from Langford, a 22, and that is a bouncer to second base. Scooped up by Pichula, who flips to Guerrero for the force, and that retires the side. We go to the top of the 7th inning. In this pitcher's duel, it's 3-2 Baltimore. Top of the 7th, McGregor will face Randy Elliott. And a 55 will be a drive, and that's going to be over the center fielder's head. Hits off the base of the wall. Elliott is digging for 2, and the throw not in time. It's a leadoff double for Randy Elliott, and he is an average speed guy. So Newman, who is a good bunter, is going to square, and it is a good bunt. Right back to the pitcher. There's only one play. That's the first. So it's a sacrifice. And the infield's going to have to play in now with the tying run here in the 7th inning on third base. Guerrero, the batter. McGregor. I'm going to check. McGregor can go 32 batters faced. Let's see how many he's gone. He's gone 24, so he's got a ways to go. So let's play the infield in. Let's do it. Oh, that's a snake eyes, and a snake eyes will be an out, but what kind of an out? It's a 6 with the infield in. And that is a runner holes at third base. So it's a grounder to the with the infield in to Kiko Garcia. He picks it up, looks the runner back, and throws on to first for out number 2. And here's Rob Pichula. See if Pichula can come up big in the situation. Tying run is at third base. That's a 32. It's not going to do it. That's going to be a fly ball. Easy pickings in left field for Corey. Gets under it, makes the catch, and that retires aside. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning stretch. Head to the concession for that last beer of the night. We are playing this game at 6 a.m., by the way. It's going to be Rick Langford to DeCinces. Bottom of the 7th, 3-2 Orioles. It's a 56. That's strike 3. DeCinces down looking. Next is Mark Corey, 32, and that's going to be a fly ball center field in the gap, and Murphy runs it down. Got a good jump on that ball right off the bat. And pitch to Kiko Garcia with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. That's a 61. That's going to be strike 3, and that retires the side. So Langford picks up a couple of strikeouts. Seems like he's getting stronger as the game goes on. And here's Dave McKay. And it's a 54. That's going to be a 54 chart check. It says ground ball to the pitcher who knocks it down. Fires to first. Could be an error. Could be a wild throw. And we're going to use that 10. And the error rating on McGregor will be a 0. He made no errors, so he will make the play. 1-3, 1 down. Top of the order, Ricky Henderson. Ricky Henderson is batting .312. He batted .303 in reality. So again, all the batting averages are right around where they should be. And that is a 15. That would be a bounce to third. DeCinces throws out Henderson by half a step, and with 2 outs, here is Dwayne Murphy. That's a 52. KD check fails. Let's pull a card and see what the ball is grounded to second base. He's, I think, a 6, and Sakata will play this easily. And that retires the side. We go to the bottom of the 8th, 3-2 Orioles. Be out at the top of the order, Al Bumbry. That's a 22, and that is ripped for a single. And it will be a plus sign, so he will try to steal. And there he goes. The throw down from Heath could go, since we rolled 1 to 5 is an error check. We're going to roll again for an error check, and there is no error. So it's a stolen base for Bumbry. So the leadoff batter steals second. Bumbry singles, and all right, so here's Len Sakata, and Len Sakata is going to square away. He is a so-so bunter, but we definitely need to square on this, and the bunt will fail. It will be a strikeout. So he bunts it foul with 2 strikes, and he fails to move the runner over. Here's Kenny Singleton, who's going to swing away. I could walk Singleton, but with Rick Langford being an A, I don't think it's necessary. I'm just going to pitch to him, and that was a good choice because it's going to be a line out to 6 to the shortstop. No chance for a double play to the shortstop. And with 2 outs, here's Eddie Murray. Eddie Murray is a 300 hitter, so we may want to walk him. Who's up next in the order? It'll be Crowley. And Crowley bats 288. No, we'll face Murray. Here's a pitch from Langford with 2 outs. Runner on second. 3-2 Baltimore. Gonna prevent. Oh, that's a foul ball. Back behind the plate. A souvenir for a lucky fan. That usually doesn't happen, but it's happened here. This is a splits, and Eddie Murray is going to have a little ground ball and up the middle and through past the diving Guerrero into center field. And will Bunbury score here? Most likely he will. If the center fielder has an A arm, which Murphy does, 2 outs, everybody scores, so it's 4-2. RBI single by Murray. A seeing eye single, ground ball up the middle, and which Guerrero could not get to, and that makes the score 4-2. Here's Terry Crowley. And that's a 14. That will be a ground ball to first to retire the side. Newman steps on the bag ahead of Crowley. And we go to the top of the 9th, 4-2. So this is last licks for the Athletics. When Gregor's going for a complete game, I usually check and see. He had 12 complete games, so he completed 1/3 of all his games. So I will allow it. If he would have 1 or 2, I would probably pull him. But the fact that basically, so this could be one of the 12, and it's going to be Mike Heath leading it off in the top of the 9th inning. With the Orioles up 4-2. And that's going to be a 55, and that's going to be ripped to left center field and cut off on a bounce by Corey. So Heath, who's fast, and that's of course designated rated because of perhaps his the number of runs scored and so forth to his appearances or to his games played. So doesn't mean he's a really fast runner. It just basically means that he does score quite a few runs. So he's on at first, and it's Tony Armas, and we will not be bunting with Armas. He's our power hitter, so he could tie this game up with a 1 swing of the bat. And we'll check. Guerrero can go 32. Let's see how many he's gone. He's gone 30, so he's still good. And we'll check that. Batter's face is right here. Let me get my pencil and show you. Right there. Batter's face starter. Batter's face reliever. All right. So here's the pitch to Armas with the tying run at the plate. And that's going to be a 62. A 62 is a blank, and that's a strikeout. So Armas swings and misses at a high fastball. Went up the ladder on Armas. And Randy Elliott. And I don't bring in, Elliott is not really a good hitter. I don't bring in, he is a righty, so I don't bring in pinch hitters for this sort of thing because he's somebody that doesn't play very much. He has only 39 at bats, and then he doesn't play anymore. So they brought him. They're going to allow him to hit to see if he can, come up big here in this crucial situation. We need base runners at this point. Here's a pitch, and that's going to be a 45. That's going to be an out, and a 20 is going to be a line out to the third baseman. L5. And again, in this situation, no chance. It's a pitcher, first base, and second base. Would give us a double play opportunity. And so it's an L5, a line out. Hit hard, hit on the screws, but right at the senseis, who snags it for out number 2. And here comes Newman. Jeff Newman, who homered earlier in the game. Newman today is 1 for 2. He's batting 281. In reality, Newman batted 233, so he's batting ahead, but he doesn't play much, so his average will come back down for sure. So here goes. Let's see what happens. Gregor McGregor to Jeff Newman. And that's going to be a deep drive off the bat of Newman, and this game is tied. Newman gets a hold of one on the 66 roll. 1-11 home run on his card. You can see that right up here. And we, luckily for the Athletics, we rolled a 9. That's within the 1-11, and that ball is a deep drive. Left field, back goes Corey and Bunbury to the track. They look up, and that's out of here. 2-run shot. The game is tied at 4. Wow. And let's see. McGregor is now gone 33, so that was his last batter. Actually, yeah, so that was his last batter. So he can still pitch. And we're going to push him to see if he can pitch to Guerrero to get the last out of the top of the 9th. It's 4-4 now. So we're going to be going into free baseball. It's a 23. 23 is a fly to right. And Singleton near the line reaches out and makes the catch. So Newman hits his second home run of the game. Newman has 2 now, and he has 5 for the season. And we move to the bottom of the 9th. So we'll be right back. Okay, we're back in the bottom of the 9th inning. Game is tied at 4-all. We're at Memorial Stadium in Baltimore. It was a 2-run homer by Newman in the top of the 9th inning off Scott McGregor that knotted the game at 4. So it's going to be Dan Graham, the lefty hitting catcher, leading off against Rick Langford. Rick Langford can go 37 batters, I believe, and he has gone 32, so he has a ways to go. Maybe he can, if we're lucky, he can pitch 2 more innings. All right, here's the pitch to Graham at 24, and that will be a fly ball to center. Taking a couple of steps back is Murphy, and he grabs it for out number 1. Here's Doug DeCinces. Doug DeCinces with good power. 52 is a KD check. It will fail too high. So we're going to roll. Let's see. It's a ground ball to the third baseman, McKay. And McKay makes the play. 2 down. McKay has a error rating at third base of 6, and this is a great little resource. It comes with all the teams. Every team has all the defensive, and this looks really complicated, right? I mean, relatively speaking, compared to other games. You know, and it plays so really effortlessly. It's just intuitive. It's a really outstanding game. So Mark Corey's up with 2 outs. Mark Corey hit his second home run of the game earlier. That's going to be a 63, and the 13 is going to be a bouncer to third base. And up with it is McKay over to first, and that retires the side. I may do a 2019 replay with this. I don't know. We'll see. I definitely want to do a 2007. Rob Peachlow and McGregor. The minute he gives up a base runner, he is out of the game. So we're going to let the starters go. This is 1980. Going to let the starters go. A little bit more than 9 innings. Yeah, let's do it. Here's Rob Peachlow with a 41, and that is a fly to center. So this one to center field, and Bunbury makes the catch. Here's Dave McKay with 1 out. That's a snake eyes, and that is bounce to, he's batting from the right side, bounce to third base. DeCinces gloves it and throws out McKay. And up comes Henderson. With a 55, and that's line base hit. And that will bring in a reliever. This is as far as McGregor can go. So We're going to go to the bullpen now and see who we got. The great thing about Fall Classic is you get every player. So we're going to bring in who's coming up. It's a lefty, and then we got a couple of righties, I believe, and we got big lefties on the bench. So we want to avoid those lefties on the bench. So we're going to bring in Tippy Martinez. So Tippy Martinez is coming in, and plus I'm playing off the actual roster provided to me by Replay Baseball. Does all that for me, so I can play actual rosters, and I know that Tippy Martinez is in there, and they're pretty good with it. I mean, I think out of hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of games, I found that one guy did not come in exactly the day they had him coming in like a day or two later, but you can pop him in. You can just go into the roster and activate him, and that's what I did. But otherwise, it's pretty much spot on. Here's Tippy Martinez coming in. He pitches from the left side. So we're going to roll here. And that's going to be an A. He's going to be an A pitcher. Martinez. All right, so here's Dwayne Murphy. Oh, Henderson is going to get 2 plus signs. That means he's going to get a chance to steal. There he goes. The throw down from Graham, not in time. So Henderson steals second. And now Henderson with the next, and I'll show you how that works. So simple. It was a 55, so you see the 2 double plus signs. Some of his nicknames was Man of Steel and also Hollywood. And these are PDFs, so I can just print out new ones. So I write on these all the time. So it's a 2 plus signs. That means he can attempt 2 stolen bases. So he's going to try to steal third now with 2 outs. Something that only Henderson would do, and there he goes, and he is safe. So steals single, steals second, steals third, and now he's at third base. And you do check the catcher's arm rating, but since this number is so much below Ricky's steal, which I think is at 16, I don't have to check that, because the best that an a catcher's arm can give you is a -2. Also, there could be a pickoff, but that's on a roll of a 20. So we didn't roll a 20. So all right. So Murph is at the plate. He is the captain of the Athletics, and he's a lefty hitter versus Tippy Martinez. Henderson is on at third base. Go-ahead run is 90 feet away, with 2 outs in the top of the 10th inning and a 4-4 tie. Let's do it. Here is the pitch. And that's going to be a 42, and a 42 is a blank, and we go to Tippy Martinez. That's ball 4. So Murphy walks. So I brought Tippy Martinez in because I want to avoid bringing the better hitters that they have on the bench. I'd rather face Mike Heath, even though Heath versus lefties has a big splits advantage on 25 and 26. I still rather do that than face the other guys on the bench, like Gross and Revering. Revering's batting over 300. So here's first and third, 2 outs. Tippy Martinez versus Mike Heath. And that is a 15, which will be a fly ball lifted to left. Corey gets under it and makes the catch to retire the side. So Martinez does his job. We go to the bottom of the 10th inning. Langford is still in there against Kiko Garcia. And Langford winds and deals. And it's going to be a 51. That's a KD check, which fails. It's a grounded to short. And that will be a ball that Guerrero picks up and handles. He's a 6 error, so this is above that, so he will make the play. 1 down. Al Bunbury. That's a 16, and that will be bounced to the first baseman. Newman steps on the bag ahead of Bunbury for out number 2. And Langford to Sakata with a 61. That'll be a swing and a miss. And Langford with another strikeout. Let's see how many strikeouts Langford has in this game. He's got 7 strikeouts. He's got 10 innings. the top of the 11th, it's going to be Martinez versus Tony Armas. And the 23, it's a strikeout. So Armas swings and misses at a Martinez curveball. One down. Here's Randy Elliott with a 46, and that's going to be foul back. Souvenir for a lucky fan. It's a ballpark result. And a 55 is going to be ripped down the line at the left field corner, and that's going to make it to the wall and bounds off the wall. Corey plays the carom into second base as Elliott with a 1-out double. I think that's Elliott's second double of the day. Here's Jeff Newman with the go-ahead run at second base. See what happens. And the pitch, and that's a 12, which is going to be a fly to left field. Corey near the line and makes the catch. 2 outs, and it's Mario Guerrero. Let's do it. And that's going to be a fly to left again. This time it's a shallow left. Racing in is Corey. Back goes Garcia and the Sensei's, and Corey calls everybody off, makes the catch, and that retires the side. We go to the bottom of the 11th. Langford is still in there. Langford can pitch to 37. Let's see how many he's pitched to. He's pitched to 38 so far, so he's still good. So he's going to be facing Kenny Singleton. And that's going to be a 21. Strike 3. Gets him with the curve. And here's Murray. And then a 42 would be... Yeah, it's a bouncer to... He's batting from the left side to first base. And Newman takes it for himself for the out. 2 outs, and here's Crowley. Terry Crowley. Pitch. And that's a 41. That will be potentially a... Oh no, it's a fly to left. And that retires the side. So Langford gives us 11 innings. Pretty impressive. And we go to the top of the 12th, all tied at 4. Extra baseball. Hey, welcome everybody. We are back here in the top of the 12th inning in a 4-4 game. It's going to be the Athletics, the visiting Athletics, and it's going to be Piccolo. Let's see who's coming up. It's going to be Piccolo, McKay, in the top of the order with Henderson. It's Tippy Martinez on the mound for the Orioles. So let's do it. We're reading the green and then the gold for Oakland. It's a 61, and that is going to be a 61. And Tippy Martinez is an A as well. That will be a strikeout. So he strikes out Piccolo for the first out here in the top of the 12th. All tied at 4 on a 2-run homer by Jeff Newman in the top of the 9th inning. Dave McKay up. Dave McKay is batting .324. So let's see what he's done today. He's 1 for 4 today. Again, he doesn't have many at-bats. He's hitting above his average, but he doesn't have many at-bats. So he started off hot, and eventually he'll settle down. That's a 12. That's an out. And it's a pop-up behind the plate. Graham throws his mask away near the stands and makes the catch for out number 2. Tippy Martinez can go 9. That's right here. You can see that. Every batter has a relief and a starter. Batter's faced, and you reach that, and then, of course, until he gives up a walk or a run. I'm sorry, any base runner. Then he would, of course, become fatigued. All right, so with 2 outs, it's Ricky Henderson. And that's going to be a snake eyes, and that's going to be a hard hit ground ball and through the left side for a base hit. So Ricky's on with a single, and he will get... Oh, no, excuse me. No, it's ball 4. So that goes foul. Next pitch is ball 4. Ricky walks. My mistake. It's only a 1 on that 11. Snake eyes, it's only a 1. If this had to be a 1 for it to be a single, otherwise it's a base on balls. Ricky already, I believe, has 2 stolen bases in this game. He's going to get a chance to steal another one here. Let's look and see. And he does have 2 stolen bases. He has 42 stolen bases. So he had 100 on the season. We're right about the halfway point. We got about 2 more weeks to go. So he's right on target for his stats. and he has a chance to steal here. We already used the 17, so we got to re-roll again. And he's a 16 stolen base. And Graham, I don't know that Graham is a strong arm. If Graham is a strong arm, it is, no, Graham is an average arm, so there's no modifier. Also, if there's a 20 roll, it'll be a potential pickoff. Here he goes, and he is safe at second base. The throw down from Graham, the tag is late. So that's Ricky's third stolen base of the game. He's in scoring position for Dwayne Murphy. He pitched to Murphy with 2 outs and a 61, and that will be strike 3, and that retires the side. We go to the bottom of the 12th inning. In the bottom of the 12th, it will be Graham, the catcher, the Senseis, and Corey. All right. Langford has pitched 11 innings, and we're going to pull him. I think he's gone long enough. So we got a lefty. Let's see, we got a lefty and a righty, and Corey, I believe, is a righty as well. Yeah, we got 2 righties and a lefty. So we're going to bring in Jones, Mr. Jones. Jeff Jones is coming in to pitch. And before I bring Jones in, let me just double check how many Langford has faced. He's faced 41. Yeah, that's plenty. And 11 innings. So let's bring in Jones. So you know what? We're gonna allow Langford to go one more. We're gonna push Langford one more inning. Let's see what happens. Here's the pitch. That's a 64. That will be a fly ball to right field. Armas takes a couple of steps back, got it in his sights, and makes the catch, 1 down. Here's Doug DeCinces. And a 42 will be a fly ball to center this time. Right center field, it's both Armas and Murphy calls off Armas for out number 2. And here's Mark Corey. Corey hit a home run in this game. His second of the season. That's a 61, and that will be strike 3, and that retires the side. So super easy inning for Rick Langford. And Tippy Martinez is basically, he allows a base runner, he will get pulled. Mike Heath is leading it off here in the top of the 13th. It's all tied at 4. And that's a 21, which would be a bounce out to the third baseman. Picked up by DeCinces, and he throws out Heath, 1 down. Here's Tony Armas. That's a 66, and that's a deep drive off the bat of Armas, left field. Back goes Corey to the track, to the wall, looks up, and that's way out of here. Home run, Armas. 5-4, Athletics. And that is Armas, number 13 on the season. He hit 39, a little bit behind schedule. He should be about, let's see, did he hit 39 or 35? He hit 35, so he should be at the 17 mark right now. He's at the 13 mark, so but he still has 2 more weeks, so pretty close to being on schedule. So as you see, the stats are pretty close. So that's a home run, and that's it for Martinez. So we're going to bring in, let's see, Stoddard is coming in. Tim Stoddard to replace Martinez. Don't have a lot of relief pitchers, so it's not like I can make a lot of changes quick. I have to be very patient. And, all right, Randy Elliott. Here's a pitch from Stoddard. And that is a 13. It's going to be a strikeout. Stoddard picks up a K. And here's Jeff Newman with 2 outs and nobody on. That's a 33, and that's ripped for a single. Corey plays it on a hop, gets it into Garcia. And that has a plus sign, so Newman can run. And he will be running. Remember, this is Billy Ball. We used the 2 already, so we're going to have to roll again. He's a 9 stolen base. There he goes, and he is out. Oh, that's actually could be a pickoff. That could be a pickoff on that 20. So I think that goes to the arm rating of the pitcher. His arm rating is a strong. So then let's see if we have that pickoff card. There should be a pickoff attempt. Strong arm 1 to 12 safe, 13 to 17 is out, 18 to 20 is, oh no, out is 1 to 12. All right, so 1 to 12 is out. And he is, no, 17 is safe. So he's back in safely. 18 to 20 would have been a potential throwing error by the pitcher. All right, so let's roll it again for the stolen base. Actually, I rolled it once. I don't know if I need to roll it again. I don't think I do. All right, so Newman's going to hold, and here's Guerrero with 1 out and a 2 out and 1 on here in the top of the 13th. The A's lead it 5-4 on the Armas home run. And that's going to be a 13, and that will be a comebacker right to Stoddard. He picks it up and throws over to first to retire the side. But the Athletics take a 5-4 lead. Now, we still got Langford in there. This is the 13th inning. So, still got Langford. So, the minute he gives up a base runner, he's out. He hasn't given up a base runner in like 4 or 5 innings. So, that's a 56. That's going to be a strikeout. Bumbry's up now. 1 away. So, we're 2 outs away from victory. See what happens. And that's a 62, which will be a fly to right. Armas, he's there. 2 down. And we're down to our last out. Len Cicada hit a home run in this game. So the Orioles are down to their last out. Here's Rick Langford. He's 1 out away from a 13-inning victory, complete game victory. Here's a pitch, and that is a 23, and that will be strike 3, ball game over. And Langford comes through a complete game, 13-inning victory. Langford goes to 7-5. Tippy Martinez takes the loss, 0-3. And the Athletics are 4 games over 500, 34-30. Baltimore is 1 game over 500, 32-31. So thanks for watching. Now let me go over quickly the last bit of data on the box score. In terms of line score, it was 5 runs, 11 hits, 1 error for Oakland. 4 runs, 7 hits, no errors for Baltimore. And that's the ball game. This is Tony Porter, Cards and Dice TV. Fall Classic Baseball. Buy 2, get 1 free. I'm buying 71. I know I'm buying 71.99, and I'm not sure yet. I think it's going to be in the 80s or the 60s.